Good morning. I'm about to have some coffee and talk to you guys for a little bit. I have some stuff on my mind, and I thought, I'm going to go and talk to all the people that are up right now, because I know there's a lot of you on my friends list that are up, because we can't sleep. I do have a filter on here just to mark the date because of what I'm talking about. I'm talking about grief today. 2020 has been a year of grief, I think, for everybody in some form or fashion. There's been a form of grief in your life. And so for me, I've had multiple deaths this year, which is not anything not new, because I grew up in a small town where death was upon us all. Death is upon everybody, but growing up, I had somebody die every year since I was in the 8th grade. So death was, I could do it. Death was something that was normal. I lost my best friend at the age of 17, and that was hard. We all lost one of our best friends, actually. It wasn't just my best friend, but it was a hard time in our lives, and I never really knew why we had to go through all that at a young age, and everybody says you go through things for a reason, and you're like, God, why did I go through this? It's so bad. But I think that we go through things in life for a reason, but it's also to teach us. It may not be for an exact experience, I don't know why I said experiment, I haven't had any coffee. Experience that's happened exactly the same. So for instance, when my friends that had passed, they were all friends of mine at different levels. And it wasn't until my somebody that I considered my best friend that died, that it really, really struck me. And I got depressed. And I would say that now looking back, I think that there was a lot of us that were depressed during that time. But, during that era, we really don't talk about, during that time, we didn't really talk about depression. And we had a school counselor that helped us with grieving of our friend, but, that was about it. Nothing like there is today. So, I consider these children very blessed to have as much help as they do. Anyways, I'm trying to make coffee. So the biggest thing I want to talk about is, I think that, this loss of my dog has been the hardest to date, and I've lost grandparents. I've lost, since I was a teenager, losing friends. I've lost grandparents. I've lost aunts and uncles, and I've lost cousins to suicide, or not suicide, but I guess just depression in general, or mental illness in some way, because I would not consider what he did was, I don't think that was meant to, he didn't mean to do that. But biggest thing is that I guess I got my cremation of my dog, and it's been so surreal that I've had to really process. And so I've been up since about 3 o'clock this morning and just processing what's going on, and how I feel about that. And I don't know about you guys, but I think losing my dog has been harder than losing some humans. So my coffee's kind of taking forever. I just, wanted to ask you early bugs, what it was like when you lost your animal or one of your humans that was a best friend. Because I think losing my best friend at 17 probably was, it was very painful, but it definitely is helping me get through today, because it's hard when you live alone and your dog or your animals are all you have. Those are your kids. You're like a single parent with kids, with animals. It's just how it is. So people are like, oh, you lost your dog. That's so sad. Yeah, it really is. I lost a fucking kid. How are you doing? How would you be doing? I know people are just being concerned and things like that. But so I know that most of y'all will respond later today to this video because it's really early and you're sleeping. Some of you guys have been on here. I appreciate you watching. I know that this has been a rambling session of nothing. I do want to show you King. I'll go ahead and go get that. That was one thing I wanted to do, but I never got my coffee made. This. It's a really pretty box. So that's it. That's all I have for you.